What's up, everybody? I'm back, and welcome to my secret lab, where all my creations and inventions are created and invented, basically. Yes, welcome. Actually, no, this is not my secret lab. It is now, though. This is technically the Control Center 2.0 from Extreme Sets. So yeah, that's what this really is. And I'll be doing a review dedicated to just showing the diorama later in the week. It's going to be like one of those random videos I do where it's like a random Wednesday video, if you will. But for today, we are going to be looking at the Biochemical Chamber from Ironwing Collectibles / Toy Dungeon. Now, the reason why I keep saying that is because Ironwing Collectibles is the company that creates it. I have the box here. I bought it from online, but it's also from Toy Dungeon. They're also affiliated. They're also the people who created it. So Toy Dungeon is what they're called on Facebook. Action figure cabin display, Biochemical, Abel's Biochemical. And then on Amazon, it's called Ironwing Collectibles. I left the link below, so you can go check it out. This was packaged very well. This is not the only box it came in. It came in an actual shipping box, but then this is the box inside the shipping box. It was packaged very well. It was wrapped up. I only have the styrofoam left in there now. And it came with a remote because it has lights inside. And it came with instructions. How to put the lights, the batteries in the lights, and so on. So this review, we're going to be going over a lot. I'm going to start off with just showing you what it came with and how I put the batteries in and the whole hook rig system, and then, you know, showing you the actual thing itself, the chamber. And then we'll move on. If you want, I am going to show you how to set this up, how to customize it for the bubbles and the bubbles in the water and so on. You don't have to do that. This is the awesome thing about this. You don't need to do that. Like, I'm gonna measure this right now, and then we're gonna get into what we can be using this as a idea for a display. For example, all right, first off, this thing is about a little over 13 inches tall. And well, the canister itself is like almost 4.5. No, almost a little over 4 inches, excuse me. And then the bottom, we're a little bit under 5 inches wide. Okay? I guess that's the most important spot when it comes to width, because this is the widest spot. All right, now, a couple of things about this thing. It's amazing. I freaking love it. I love it so much. When I got it, I was just so happy about it. I got it off Amazon Prime for $54.99, and after tax, $61.64. Okay? And again, it only comes with the remote, the chamber, and some instructions. That's it. The batteries that go for the light and the remote, they don't come with it, but they let you know on the instructions. If I'm scrolling too fast for you, you can pause it. But yeah, so you're gonna need CR2032 batteries. You're gonna need 3 of them, 2 of them for the light and 1 of them for the remote. And that's what I did, basically. I actually got these from Target for $10. I got 4 for $10, and I used the 3, and I still have 1 left. They're the child secure bitter coating versions. Ooh, I can't wait to taste. Not. You're freaking crazy. So yeah. Now, the lights, they were pretty simple to turn on and hook up, basically. The top part here has this little lip there, right? That you can just pop this out. But in order to do that, you need to turn this and then do it, because it has magnets. It's a magnet top. Oh, I need to clean that. Getting a little smudgy. All right. So yeah, easy removal process and easy put back on process. And it has an on and off switch in there that you can turn off when you're not using this. I have it on right now because I'm using it. And then it's usually lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? So, yeah, lefty-loosey. I need to be careful here because the batteries will fall out very easy. But yeah, that's them in there. It's the rig system in there they have set up. And you're basically placing the batteries so that the plus sign is facing upward on the thing. And you righty-tighty this bitch right back on. And something I've noticed is that whenever you take the batteries out and in again and the switch is on, this automatically turns on. Like, I didn't do that. It just comes on its own. So, and you turn it. Very good. Okay. So now, let's get into the lights. This is kind of bright here. Let me turn off a light. Let's turn off a light. Right. Right. Jolly good. Okay, so I have it on fade right now. Right? Is it on fade? I think it's on fade. And it's on a slow setting, but I can get it even slower by just lowering the brightness, because when it's on the different like settings like strobe, fade, smooth, flash, you can speed up or slow down using the brightness buttons, as you can see, right? And then you can speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. All right, hold on a second. Now, sorry if I'm giving you a seizure. Here is the strobe on maximum speed, the flash, maximum speed. Flash will do the last color you picked. And then this is the smooth maximum speed. And slow it down. Yeah, my favorite still is fade. Fade on slow. Oh, sorry. Shaking the camera, man. Yeah, this is my favorite. Oh God, I love that. Look how it just smoothly fades. Yep, so that's it for the lights basically. And then you can turn it on and off. You know, you can pick solid colors if you want. And you can change the brightness. Now, it doesn't look too bright right now, but it actually is pretty damn bright when it's inside the tank here. So that's pretty cool, you know. And then at any time when you have the on switch, you can just turn it on, turn it off. Okay, so that's it for the lights. The remote is a simple process, really. You're just taking this out and putting the battery in and shoving it back in. It even shows it on the remote, the process. Hey, you know what would be nice if I turn the light back on? Yeah, so it shows it on the remote how to insert the battery. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the remote. That's it for the light. Let's look at the actual thing here. Yeah, it's, you know, it's 13 inches tall, a little over, so it's pretty tall. And I would say if you don't mess with the wire rig here, you can get about 7-inch figures, and if you mess with it, you can get taller figures in there. Let's put that to the test right now. Let's say we're gonna use this without any water. Okay, let's say you want to use this as like Batman uses it for his costumes, you know, or maybe Iron Man, or I don't know. Pick your billionaire hero. It's just funny because I picked the 2 billionaire heroes and I didn't realize it. But I see them do this a lot. They put their suits in glass display cases to show off, you know. Just toes down, get it in a position that looks a little less alive. A little more like... This is the Sinja Patrol bot that I slightly customized just by head swapping with a Black Series Dark Trooper. And I just can't get the position right now. Maybe if I take it off. Yeah, there we go. It's not going to be perfect. It doesn't need to be right now. Really doesn't. And those hooks are very easily, you know, used because you can just get them right under the armpits and then booyah kasha. Now, as I was saying, this is a 7-inch figure. Sinja bots, the Sinja Patrol bots, they're about 7 inches. And as you can see, well, kinda, not really, because again, this freaking bright ass light. Yeah, as you can see, it just barely clears the floor. Okay, now if you adjust the rig, the wires, you could definitely get that to go higher, which means you could probably get taller figures in there. It's just, I don't know. I think you're better off leaving that like that. The bending, not a good idea in my experience, but to each his own. Maybe you can figure out a way to easily straighten them out again. And if that's the case, go for it. Otherwise, I would leave it like this and stick to 7-inch figures. You also don't have to use the rig. You don't have to. But I don't know how this would look without using the rig and just standing up the figure in there. We can try it. I haven't done it yet. Let's see. It's not exactly centered. This isn't exactly centered either, so that's why. Okay. Oh, God. The shit us collectors be going through for perfection. Alright. Okay, so first off, if I'm going to do this without the hooks, but with the hooks on still, I need to move him to the front as much as possible so that the hooks don't interfere with the standing of the figure. Why is it so quiet? Music. Okay. Now, that's how it looks standing up without the rig. He kind of looks like he's still on the rig, right? So, yeah, you could probably just stand up the taller figures and you'd be all right. Not too bad, not too shabby. And then, you know, turning on the light. Get the red light on. You can barely see the lights on right now, but I'll be doing more with the lights later on. So I'm not done with the lights yet. It's gonna look cool, trust me. So for now, what we're gonna do is get into the stuff that's required to make the bubbles. So the first thing I need to get across to y'all is that no, this does not come ready to go for bubbles. You're going to pay $54.99 plus tax, $61.64, and still have to customize this. I need to get that out of the way right now. And I know there's a lot of you that are like, forget it, I'm good. So that's why I'm telling you now. So I hope you don't tune out, because it's still a really cool process. You can still watch it at least, right? But for those of you who want to do the bubble look with the water, in order to do that, you are going to need to customize this after purchasing it. You are also going to need a standard air pump for like a fish tank, okay? This is $10. I got this off Amazon too. I'll leave the link below. You are also going to need some tools. The main thing that I use to make the holes, you don't have to do it my way, mind you, but if you want to know how I did it, I made those holes old-fashioned, lighter, screwdriver, heat it up, wipe off the soot, and then drill the holes one at a time. It took a little while because this is acrylic plastic, okay? Another thing I wanted to bring up is that when I first put water in this, after making the holes, I had a little leak right here. I wasn't aware of it, and you're not gonna know until you put the water in it. So you may have a leak too. The way I fixed the leak was very simple. I poured water in there. I watched where the water was coming. I found the exact spot where the water was coming out. When I let the water dry up, I took some crazy glue, crazy super glue, and I just applied it on the spot and let it like puddle up there. Held it sideways so it could puddle up, seal, dry for a few days. Because I've had this for about a week. I didn't just put water in it and show it to you guys. I had to get this prepped. And after applying some crazy glue in that spot, I haven't had any leakage since, okay? The other thing I used crazy glue for is the back here. Let me show you the back, okay? This right here is a check valve. These come with the air pumps, so you don't need to get this extra. I didn't make this. This came with the air pump, and these are meant for basically exactly what it looks like it's meant for, so that you can attach the tube and remove the tube without water coming out, okay? Water will never come out this end. It will always come out this end, but it will never come out this end, okay? It looks like it's got a little wee-wee. Okay, so what I did with the crazy glue is essentially the same thing. I sealed it around the base of the tube after making the hole for it, and I let it like puddle up, and I let it just sit there and dry for a couple of days like that. And then after that, I went ahead and turned it upwards, and what I did was fill this up with water. When you fill this up with water, this tank is gonna suck some water in, so you're gonna fill it up, it's gonna look full, and then it's gonna go down again and go up and go down again until you get it right. So just be aware of that. But after doing that, and after about 3 days of leaving water in here, no leakage, no leaks on my first try. So I'm very happy to report that that's a pretty easy process. You can do it too, it's not hard. How did I make the holes? Well, on here, it's gonna tell you to make the holes on 4 spots. Basically where those pillars are on the thing here. These things here is where you wanna make the holes on the inside, right? And then you're gonna make another small hole on the side here, in between this top part and bottom part right here. You can make the hole wherever you want. I just went for the bottom, but it tells you that that's an empty compartment. So that's where you want to put the tube hole for the air pump. And you want to make sure that that air pump hole is the exact size of the pump. How do you do that? Okay, it's simple. Basically, you do what I did with the screwdriver and the lighter, right? Clean it off. Drill, drill, drill. Oh, it went through. We punched it through. Yay, take it out. Okay, now, that hole is clearly too small, so we're gonna need to make it a little bigger. You take you take a scissors, and you basically just stick it in the hole, and you slowly carve, one turn at a time. After every turn, I would suggest checking it with the air tube, trying to push it in there. That's what she said, right? Until it goes in perfectly, like a snug fit. Now, even with the snug fit, I don't trust it. That's why I did the crazy glue, but it was pretty snug. I tested it. There was no water coming out, but over time, eventually water will come out that crack. So I sealed it up with crazy glue, and you want to try your best not to wiggle this and turn this a lot at the base so it doesn't break the seal, okay? As long as you do that, you'll have no leakage whatsoever. Inside, I'll show you the holes that I made, and I literally just lit this thing up, cleaned it off, and I made a spot at first, and I just started drilling my way in through one hole at a time. This took me about 2 hours, but it probably could take you 45 minutes to do if you had no distractions and was focused on nothing but making the 4 holes. That being said, life always happens, right? So this took me about 2 hours to do, to get all 4 holes done, to get that hole done, and then to seal it up. And then after that, it took me a few days to dry it off. I mean, I didn't have to do that. I just wanted to make sure. And then I did another 3 days of water in here to make sure that it wasn't, you know, freaking leaking. I didn't just do this and put it in the review because I just got this freaking diorama. I don't want to fuck it up. This diorama is not cheap, by the way, but we'll get into that in another review. So yeah, that's pretty much how I did the holes, screwdriver and lighter, pair of scissors for the pump hole to make it a little bigger. Then I sealed it up with Crazy Glue. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here is basically get this thing ready for water. First thing I'm gonna do is simply just plug in the air pump. Done. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Now usually I have it like this, but for, you know, the display purposes of this review, I'm going to have it sideways so you can see that I'm not BSing about leakage. All right, I said leakage. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I just put some water in. I'm put some more water in. Now the thing I was saying before is that when you start putting this water in, if you have the holes there, it's gonna start bubbling on its own without even using the bubbler, the pump, and then the water is gonna start sinking into this tank. So I need to keep refilling it, and I think what I'm gonna do is turn on the pump so that it helps you know, fill up the compartment here. This compartment is not fully filled up yet, so because of that I'm gonna keep filling it up, and the water level is gonna keep going down. It's gonna be like, wait, I just filled this up, hold on. All right, so we have the pump on. I'll zoom in a little more if you want, just so you can see that right here is the focus right now. There's no leakage. It's very good. You would have seen this bubbling up with a tiny little like wet spot, but nope, we're good. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna fill this up more now. You look at the bubbles. Be right back. And I'm back. Okay. So yeah, it looks like it's filling up the compartment because that water level definitely has gone down significantly. And you never want to fill this to the top. I repeat, you never, ever, ever, ever want to fill this to the top. Okay? Please trust me on this. It's not a good idea. You know, they did a very good job of making this waterproof and water resistant and water sealed and airtight sealed, right? But it's still electricity, and humidity and electricity don't mix. And what I've noticed is that there's no gap here for it. It's like immediately closed, not super airtight, but it's closed, right? So it fills up fast with humidity and it bubbles up and there's splashing, and I just don't trust it. That being said, what I do is I take two simple Poland spring caps and I take it and I do this. This. So now it can breathe, if you will. It can breathe and have airflow in there constantly so that the humidity doesn't build up and the waters can bubble up all they want, and I don't have to worry about the light messing up from humidity. And maybe I don't need to do this, maybe it's unnecessary, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care, I don't trust it. I think that's enough water in there for now. I could put a little more, but I'm gonna leave it for now. And now what we do, since we got the water in here, is we're gonna look at my custom figure here. In fact, I have to pause it again. One moment. Okay, I'm back. That was fast, right? It's fast when I pause it. It's like time travel. Okay, so I want to show you guys now the next part of this review, which is my custom Leonardo glow in the dark from the Mutant Mayhem. His mask is a little loose coming off. I'm still working on him. This is like a prototype, if you will. And I made this just for the freaking biochemical chamber. Like, I just couldn't resist. I had to do it. All right. Now, I don't want his teeth showing. I want the teeth to be covered. Oh, and then underneath, I customized the eyes. Like, I shaved off the sticker eyes, the decals. I left the black lines underneath, and then I just highlighted them with a micron marker, fine point marker. All right. Then I carved the shit out of this mask from the Marvel Legends Weapon X figure. And I did the best I could without ruining it. And then I took off all the Weapon X stuff and I just threw it all over the turtle. Alright, I plugged up his hole with a more piece of his shell from one of the smaller turtles. Like, I cut off a piece of the shell from one of the smaller turtles to fill that up. So it could match somewhat. It's his belly button. He's got a shell belly button. And then this right here is part Empire Strikes Back Han Solo from Kenner Toys. Part, yeah, the mask is what I'm talking about. And then this red part here attached to it is a JVC freaking headphones, like a really crappy headphones that my girlfriend was like, yeah, you can use them. I don't like these anymore. I was like, okay. And I put them to good use. I basically took the part where it says JVC right there and I cut that off. And then I just took the wire and I wrapped a little bit of invisible transparent scotch tape around the tip of the wire and then shoved it in the hole and I shoved that into that. And that was it. I got a breathing tube now that matches the red with the other tube somewhat. I know it's not the exact same red, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be. And there's a lot of you going, why did you do Leo? Raph should be Wolverine. Raph should be Weapon X. Yeah, but see, I'm doing something with Raph already. And for those of you who saw my last review, you already know that. So that's why I decided to go with Leo. Doesn't always have to be the stereotypical turtle. Now, the awesome thing about putting the Weapon X stuff on this figure is that I don't even have to put these hooks on the figure. I can put them on the wire rig here, the whatchamacallit, the hold on, the straps. I just gotta figure out how I did it. Oh yeah, that's how I did it. I went from the back. Turn this a little bit. And that's the great thing about these things being metal, is that you can, they're like paper clips, so you can turn them the way you want to turn them. There we go. And make sure the tube is in there right. Oh, the tube is coming off and the mask is coming off, which I may need to deal with for now. I don't want this review to go too long, just long enough. Yeah, and then you need to figure out what you're going to do with the wire. And then I'm just going to leave that there for now. I usually put these there, but I'm going to leave it for now. It still has a little bit of a gap because of the wire. Where are we at here? Oh, about to be at 30 minutes. Not too bad. So, yeah, this is what it would look like with a figure inside of it, with the bubbles, with water. Now, going back to what I was saying before about you don't need to put bubbles in this. You don't need to do this, right? This is the Weapon X look. This is the back the tank look. This is the biochemical chamber look, right? But it doesn't need to be a healing tank or a mutant tank. It could also be one of those tanks that hold dead bodies in it. For example, for those of you who collect aliens, xenomorphs, aliens from Independence Day, or you know, you do clones, anything that requires a dead body or bodies in stasis, you can put them like this, and you don't need bubbles. You really don't. And then on top of that, if you turn off the light, which I'm about to do right now. In fact, let's turn off all the lights. F it! And then let's turn on this light. Oh, he's still glowing a little bit. That's awesome. All right. And there you go. You have your, like your tank basically with a dead body in it. I'm going to zoom in a little more. I'm going to bring it back a bit. That's how it would look without bubbles. That's not too bad, to be honest with you. And if you want to change the color to give it more of a like, yeah, this is a dead body look. And that's the Weapon X look. And of course, if you want to go through all the trouble of customizing it, which is not a lot of trouble, to be honest with you, it was a very simple process, then you put the bubbles on. Now you got the whole Weapon X back to tank feel again here. Let me zoom out again, just so you can get the whole thing in the shot here. Yeah, I like that. I really like that a lot. I like it a lot. Got the blue for Leonardo, because he's blue. And then my favorite one. It changes colors. It's so pretty. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the biochemical chamber. A couple of notes I want to make here. First off, I want to shout out this company, Ironwing Collectibles / Toy Dungeon. You guys are incredible, and you don't get enough credit. You need to be known about more. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be sharing out this review like way more than usual. It has nothing to do with showing off my custom and have everything to do with showing off this amazing piece of work here that they've created. Great job, Ironwing Collectibles, not Ironworks. That's a different company. Ironwing Collectibles / Toy Dungeon. Great freaking work. You guys are amazing. I can't recommend you more. I have actually spoken to Toy Dungeon and suggested that, you know, not everybody's a customizer. And there would be so many more collectors encouraged to buy these if they came hole ready, with the holes in it, ready to go. And all you got to do is buy the air pump. That's it. And put the holes in, and that's it. And maybe add some of your own sealant if you want. That's up to you. But yeah. If they came with the holes in it already, I think it would be a much better situation and they would fly off the shelves much faster. That being said, I still highly recommend this piece if you're into collecting and you're into customizing and you just like showing off your pieces in a really cool way. This is it right here. This is the way you do it. I also want to shout out the person who basically put this on the map for me, who is, well, I'm sorry, I just want to get your name right. Viru, V-I-R-U. Viru, thank you so much for even posting what you posted. I wouldn't be making this review right now if I didn't see you post what you post. He posted something really cool on a SH Figure Arts group with the link to purchase this item. And he made his own face mask bit as well with a Vegeta, figurized Vegeta inside of it. And I was just really impressed. I was just so impressed that I bought it instantly. I was just like, wow, I didn't have water in it either. Later on, he posted a comment with it with having water in it. So I was just like, wow, shout out to you, bro. Viru, you're the man. Ironwing Collectibles / Toy Dungeon. I can't even say y'all right. It's either Ironwing Collectibles or Toy Dungeon. I can never say it all in the same sentence. What's wrong with me? Guys, you are amazing. I really hope you make more of these and make them with the holes in it. Please. Okay, so this is pretty much it for the review, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to turn the lights on again because I want to show you guys what we're going to be looking at next weekend, specifically next Friday. How am I doing on time, by the way? 35, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, not too great. I'm just gonna move this over. This might end up being a permanent fixture in my, well, I'm not calling this my control center, by the way. This is my secret lab. So, just saying. You call it what you want, but this is my secret laboratory. You are now in a level way lower than the sewer. See this? That's what that means. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, next weekend, we're going to be looking at what I bin shopped at freaking... well, there goes that easy freaking transition, right? We're going to be looking at what I bin shopped at freaking Five Below. What? That's right. I got some really cool figures and some really cool figurines from Five Below. $5 each on all these guys. They were super cheap. I can't wait to show them to you. Yeah, that Walmart exclusive I got from Five Below. We'll get into that next Friday. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Check out the link for this. I left it below. It's awesome. And peace.